Hello guys, today was the Emperor's New Groove. I actually thought this was a DreamWorks movie. Apparently, it's a Disney movie. I didn't know this was made by Disney. I thought it was made by DreamWorks. But we're gonna get that out of the way first. But yep, this is a movie that came out like 20 years ago. It was apparently it was one of Disney's last animated movies after the when it is well of course Disney's animated movies they started to do worse and worse at the box office because people want to see 3D animated movies. I don't understand the decline of 2D animated movies. Why people want to see 3D animated movies? Please. But you can clearly see it with the next few Disney 2D animated movies and the next 3D animated movies doing much more better than the 2D animated movies. I do not know why that happened. It's not just Disney, it's DreamWorks as well. A lot of DreamWorks' earlier movies were also 2D animated movies, but of course, 3D animated movies took over, and that's was it for 3D animation. So this movie could basically become like a cult. Oh yeah. Oh, I think I got this mixed up with the other movie called The Road to El Dorado was DreamWorks. This was Disney. I thought both of these were made by DreamWorks, but El Dorado is DreamWorks. Works, I think, and Disney made this, so we're done with that. So yeah, this movie is actually pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. So it's basically about the arrogant emperor. He was bad. He was transformed to a llama by his advisor, and he, because he fired her, basically. So, and he basically turned her into a llama, and they wanted him gone. And then the guy that he basically got taken by the guy who he wanted to put his new utopia on. His new utopia thing on, because he wanted to turn, there was this hill, he wanted to turn it into his own private utopia. Throughout the movie, they hate her because he still wants to do it. He still doesn't care. He's still arrogant and a bad person. But at the end of the movie, that's what makes this movie work, is because this guy turns from this arrogant guy to a person who isn't that arrogant. And of course, at the end, they beat, of course, Yzma, who is basically the villain of the story. Who basically is the villain of Emperor's New Groove. So this movie is a pretty good movie, basically. It's definitely much better than whatever Disney's putting out nowadays, like Cruella, the live action remakes. I can't wait till Disney. I can't wait for Disney to make the live action version of this. It's probably gonna happen. But yeah, this movie is a pretty good movie. It is pretty short. That's like the only problem. But it is a pretty quick movie. Good movie, because again, this movie gets the whole plot done within its short runtime. And again, this movie is intended for younger audiences who have much shorter attention spans, and that's why a lot of animated movies are usually around an hour and 30 minutes long. Even the newer ones are, but most of the other movies are getting longer and longer. Animated movies, with the exception of Pixar, are staying around the same length. So yep, that's basically about this movie. So this movie is of course pretty good. The storyline is pretty good. The characters are pretty memorable. You have Kronk, who's basically like the dumb guy who basically follows everybody's orders. You have of course the Emperor Kuzco, who basically turns into a llama, and he has this good redemption. He has this good redemption story as well. And this guy, Pata, who is basically the peasant, who basically he wants to basically kick them out of the home and his village so he can make his own utopia for himself. And yeah, this movie was pretty good. So that's basically it about the Emperor's New Groove. I actually did not know this was made by Disney. I did not know. I thought this was like DreamWorks, but I thought Disney stopped making animated movies after like 2000 because they weren't doing too well. This is probably like the end of that era for Disney. So that's basically it. Goodbye.